What was your application process like? Just to go back a bit earlier in your journey, what was your application cycle like? What schools did you apply to? What did you write your personal statement on?
So my application cycle started, well, I graduated in 2017 and I thought I was going to apply right away, but given the LSAT and all of that, nothing happens as planned. So I took some time off and decided to apply in 2018. So I prepared my applications starting beginning of the year. So January 2018, I was already brainstorming my personal statement ideas and what I really would like to have that look like. Got tons of people to take a look at it. Getting advice and feedback is really helpful because you don't know what you can't catch in your own writing. So having people that were in law school take a look at it, people who had graduated in just like writing centers in my college. So I know that's a thing where people could have access to that, just taking advantage of that resource. And then I wrote my diversity statement as well. I did a lot of, I don't know if I'll consider it networking, but I went to the law school forums in New York, and it was really nice to be able to connect with the admissions officers and students who attended the schools and really get a sense of what it's like being in that environment and just learning of the experiences and what they have to offer to me as a student. And I think it was really valuable for me because I remember when I came to campus for orientation, one of the deans of my school, he approached me and he was like, well, I remember you're from New York. And he was listing out my resume. He's like, well, I actually read this application. So it's really cool to be able to have that interaction. And you could also add that to your YX statements when you're writing for certain schools and be like, well, I went to this event and I was able to interact with these people and this is what this school offers and this is how I think it would be a benefit to me and what I could offer the schools. And resumes as well. I tried to develop my resume throughout that gap period because I didn't have any legal experience. And I know that is not a really big deal because people have science backgrounds and still end up in law school, but I'm very paranoid. So I was like, let me just do something. So I volunteered at a legal organization. And so that's what I used my time for. And I thought that it was worth it. And it was something to add to my resume and boost my application. And then the kinds of schools that I as well. So after all of that and reviewing on all of that, I started sending applications out in I think September, October. I had taken the LSAT 4 times, so I had scores on record, but I had told the schools that they should wait until I received my most recent score. So I just sent out my applications without really letting them consider them until I was certain of the score that I wanted. So after all of that was done, you just wait. And so to the schools that I applied to quite a lot of schools. In my coming, at the end of it all, maybe I shouldn't have because that was a waste of money. But also, again, I was like, this is a one-time thing. I'm just going to shoot my shot and see what happens. So I applied to places like Harvard, even though my GPA and my LSAT score is not even within that range. I applied to UCLA, NYU, Fordham, a lot of schools on the coast because that's kind of where I would like to see myself end up. And then I applied to University of Iowa because that's my alumni. I'm an alumni there. So I was like, why not? Who knows what's going to happen? And then I ended up back here. But it's I applied to a ton of places. So yeah, it's just everywhere and anywhere you think, even though you don't think you're going to be accepted, it's worth trying. The worst thing that they can tell you is no. And I would rather have them tell me no than me tell myself no before even knowing that I had a chance. So yeah, just shoot your shot.
Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I wish you all the best and take care.